Her fingers met the ice that murdered everyone she loved. The cold bit bone. Sparks jumped under her skin. The crater roared with wind, but she heard it anyway. Too close. Too human. I'm sorry, the comet whispered. Nara didn't move. She had crossed 30 dead blocks, climbing glass teeth and black snow, to reach this crater. She had sworn to break the thing with her bare hands. Rage had been fire in her ribs. Rage had kept her warm. Now the ice spoke. You don't get to be sorry, she said. Her breath smoked like a ghost. You killed my city? The comet was a dark jewel half buried in frozen soil. Its surface was not smooth. It was patterned like scales under frost. She pressed her palm harder. The cold rose up her arm. It carried a voice, low and tired, threaded with a sound like falling ash. I did not choose the fall, it said. I was pulled by what? Silence. The wind climbed the broken bridges above her. The sky was iron. Snow hissed around the crater edge, dragging scraps of banners. The temple tower in the distance looked cut from chalk. Nara remembered her father leaning from that tower, laughing, tall as light. He had not laughed when the sky turned white. Answer me, she said. You won't trust it, the comet said. But you asked. The beacon. Nara frowned. The beacon was a legend told to scare children who skipped curfew, a forbidden signal that called storms. The city guard painted it on walls, a circle with a slash. Don't build. Don't call. Don't wake. It was folly, they said. It was a myth, they said. She had not believed them. She had believed nothing after the fall. There is no beacon, she said. There's only this tomb you made. A tomb is a choice, the comet said softly. I am a vessel. I carry voices that never died. Your city called me to drink its winter. Her stomach pitched. Voices? Echoes, it said. Minds in sleep. Lost travelers. I wear them like rings. I keep them warm. Your beacon burned across the sky. It was old. It was cracked. It hooked me like a spear. I could not turn. She wanted to rip her hand away. She could not. The cold reached her shoulder. In her mind, a picture formed, a long black ship under ice, hearts dim, a choir of whispers locked in a glass throat. She shook her head hard. Liar. Nara, the comet said, and her name in that voice almost broke her. I learned you when I tried not to kill you. I folded the fall around you. I am the reason you could walk here. The reason your blood still moves. I am sorry. She felt the moment again, the sky cracking, the light ablade, a wall of night pressing. She had heard a low tone like a bell. The air had thickened. She had stumbled. Then the cold had curled around her, a strange soft barrier, and she had lived while others froze mid-step, eyes wide with crystal. How do you know my name? She asked. Because one of my echoes does, it said. He knew the beacon. He knew you. He called me once before, long ago, from a different city, under a different sky. He is crying now. Her chest burned. Who? The ice under her palm trembled. A new voice rose through the cold. It was rough. It was cracked. It was a voice she knew from sleep, from the nights she'd begged the dark to give one kindness back. Nan, it said. Don't be scared. She went still like prey. The wind was gone. The world tightened into the space between her hand and the ice. Ario? She whispered. Her little brother had fallen beside her in the square. She had held his face as it turned white. She had waited for his breath. She had watched his lashes frost. She had buried him in snow because the ground was stone. She had promised him she would not cry. She had broken that promise every day. I'm here, the voice said. I'm warm. It kept me. Her knees hit the ice. Pain shot up her legs. She didn't care. Tears burned and froze on her cheeks. How? She choked. How did you? The comet answered for him. The beacon did not only pull me, it said. It opened a door. When I fell, the door closed and anything touching my field came with me. Your brother's last breath? His last spark, He was small. He fit between the teeth. I held him fast. Nara's hand curled. She wanted to smash. She wanted to hold. She wanted both at once. You stole him. I saved what could be saved, the comet said. I could save more. But the city broke the rules. It woke a call it did not understand. It used it to drag a winter engine from the black and feed its towers. Your tower. Your father's tower. Lies, Nara spat. But doubt moved like a shadow in her ribs. She remembered rumors. Power never dropping in the temple tower while other blocks went dark. Heat pooling in the rich quarter when the east roofs turned to icicles. She remembered her father's hand smelling of hot metal and snow. She remembered him saying, "Don't go near the old tunnels." Off limits, dangerous, sacred. Ario's voice was small. He didn't know none. He thought it was light for everyone. Nara's breath stuttered. She looked at the comet's skin, those patterns like scales, and saw they were not scales. They were doors. Tiny vents, lids, behind them, something pulsed like a slow heart. The pattern trembled again. What do you want? She asked. To leave, the comet said simply. To carry my echoes on. To thaw the ice I made. To return what I can. I am bound by the beacon's hook. You can unhook me. The key sits in your city's spine. The temple tower, she said. The words tasted like iron. Yes, the forbidden's room. The rules on the wall you never read. The lever behind the bell. Nara rocked back on her heels. Snow seethed around the crater rim. The world was closing in, choice on one side, grief on the other. She could set the comet free and maybe melt the ice choking her streets. She could lose Ario again. Or she could keep the hook buried, keep him in that glass sleep, and the city would stay a grave. Ario spoke, softer than wind. Nan are not cold. But they are? She closed her eyes. She saw faces in the square. She saw her father's laugh. She saw the symbol on the wall, the circle with a slash. Don't build. Don't call. Don't wake. She opened her eyes to the comet's dark shine. Prove it, she said. Prove I can trust you. The ice under her palm warmed, just a breath. A window in the pattern slid open, the size of her nail. A whisper of heat touched her skin. Inside the slit, a spark flickered. It was red as a cherry coal. It beat twice, slow. It is my core, the comet murmured. If you pull the lever, I'll cut it in half. I'll leave one half for your city. I'll carry the other on. I swear by the oldest law. The law of the travelers. Share the fire. Nara stood. Her legs shook. She looked at the road back, the broken bridges, the black snow. She wiped her face with her sleeve. She set her hand flat on the comet. Wait for me, she said. The wind dropped to nothing. Then from the ridge, boots crunched. Metal clicked. A beam of light cut the frost. Figures stepped to the edge. Red scarves. Guard masks. A man with a white stripe on his coat lifted a rifle and smiled. Step away from the artifact, he called. By decree of the High Wardens, the beacon remains engaged. Nara's heart slammed. The comet's voice tightened like wire. Hurry, Nara, Ario whispered, urgent for the first time. They know. Her father's tower bell chimed once, faint across the dead city. The leva waited in the dark. Nara bent her knees to run. Want the next breath of this story? Tap follow before the ice cracks.